Okay, so my eyes are all primed and ready to go. So the first shadow I'm using is this shade here called Glasswing, and I'm just going to apply that into the crease with my C200 chisel shader brush from Crown. I'm just going to apply that all the way into the crease, and I'm taking it quite high up to that inner brow area, if that makes sense. For the outer half of my lid, I'm going to apply this shade here called Tournay. Now this is really dark, very pigmented, and it also does have quite a bit of fallout, so remember to tap off your brush. I found the best brush to use was this flat shader brush by Crown. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but any flat shader brush will do. And I forgot to mention at the beginning, you can see that I'm wearing micropore tape, and that's because I really want a sharp, defined look. Also, this is a really easy, foolproof way to get perfect winged liner every single time. So if you're not confident with your winged liner, then this is a great trick. I would just say to tap off most of the tackiness from the tape onto the back of your hand before you apply the tape to your eye area. I'm then just going to blend that into the crease colour using a Real Techniques Space Shadow brush. I'm then going to take this shade here called Melancholia, and I'm going to apply that to the inner half of my lid, all the way up to that inner corner right there, and I'm just going to start blending that into the darker shadow. This eyeshadow is my favourite in the palette. It's almost like a foil shadow. It's super pigmented and so shimmery, it's just incredible, and it applies like a dream. I'm just going to swap back over to my Real Techniques Base Shadow brush, and I'm just using zigzag motions to blend those two shadows together seamlessly. As there's a lot of shimmer going on in the lid, I'm going to use this matte cream shade called Lifelike as my brow bone highlight today. I'm then going to use my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper to create a winged liner, and this is where that tape really helps everything to look nice and sharp. Now it's time to remove that tape and apply some concealer. So as you can see, I've got perfect wing liner and it looks really nice and sharp. And the concealer I'm using today is Urban Decay's Naked Weightless Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair Neutral. I'm then going to set that concealer in place with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and this is just going to help prevent any creasing. I'm then going to apply this shade here called Entombed on my lower lash line. This is a really nice shade, but it does take a bit of building up, to be honest. It doesn't come off as pigmented as I'd like it to be. But I'm just going to apply that under my lower lash line, and then I'm just going to lightly blend that out to make it look a little bit more smoked out. And I'm also leaving the very inner corner of that lower lash line free of any colour. You then just want to line your waterline and tightline, add some mascara and some lashes, and then the eyes are complete. The lashes I'm using today are the Eyelaw number 80 lengthening lashes. Moving on to the rest of my face, I'm using my NYX blush in Taupe to contour my cheekbones, around my forehead area and the temples, and I'm using a Real Techniques contour brush to do this. For blush today, I'm using the blush from my Urban Decay Naked Flushed Original palette. And then to highlight, I'm going to use that light cream shade from the Sleek Solstice highlighting palette. I'm using this fan brush from Crown Brushes to highlight the tops of my cheekbones and around my temples, and then I'm going to swap over to a Real Techniques setting brush just to highlight above the highest point of my brows and on my cupid's bow as well. And then I'm just going to put a little bit along my nose. I felt like going for a nude lip today, so I'm using this colour called Nude Embrace by Maybelline, and this is from their Colour Sensational Creamy Mattes line. And here we have the finished look. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.